Oh my god, am I live? Did I do it? Holy shit, did I go live? Oh my god, that was torture. Dude. Jesus Christ. I don't even want to talk about that, bro. That shit was so ass. Dude, I could not figure out how to fucking multi-stream. It was killing me, bro. I could not figure it out. Alright. Yeah, now I'm like fully rattled, bro. That was torture. That's one of those moments where I don't think you guys realize how hard streamers have it, bro. This is harder than your 9 to 5. I kept pasting the wrong stream key. I kept pasting the wrong stream key. You guys wouldn't get it, alright? You have no idea how hard my job is. I'm thoroughly rattled. Alright, let's see if this other shit on this computer works. This computer and I have been beefing. Nothing's working. Fucking sick. What else would we expect? How is this camera? This camera was just on. Okay, wait. Is it covered? Oh, it's coming. No, you just gotta give it time. It's just a little shy. Oh, there we go. Holy shit, he can actually stream. Alright, and then I need game sound, right? I need to turn off this loud-ass desktop. Okay, Wizard101. There we go. Alright. Let's put on something a little bit better. And there's not even any music. Alright. 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 We should be good now. Ideally. Everything should work. Hopefully. Now, here's the thing, right? I'm already seeing a lot of stuff asking, you know, how is this gonna work, right? And I knew that was gonna happen. I knew we were gonna have this. And honestly, to be completely honest, I'm still not 100% sure. There's a couple things I think I might want to run polls on, in terms of how I want them to work. But, all right, considering I am a business major, all right, considering I do love, you know, I am good at selling things. Oh, I should ping the Discord. Fuck. Yeah, I always forget something. Oh god, it's gonna be a new stream link too. Dude, people just don't know how hard streamers have it, I'm telling you. People just don't know how... Okay. This... Everyone, I am live for WIZLOCKE Part 2. Buzzinga. Where's my Twitch? Dang. Here's to a New Year's back in the salt mine. What's up, Fever Pitch? Shout out. Appreciate you. Alright, that's good enough. Alright, I do have to remod Maridon. I can do that now. Will people trickle in from that? Where the hell is Maridon? Damn, bro. Maridon, you were banned for like a month from the Pirate Lock. That's kind of crazy. My Christmas was good. Christmas was solid. I didn't really do much on Christmas. Christmas Eve and like Christmas Day, I feel like were days like I wanted to edit the pirate video, but then it's like you kind of gotta spend those with family. All right. Okay. Here's what we're gonna do. Right. Here's how we're gonna establish the new rules. All right. Oh, here we go. Oh! I made a presentation. I am going to pitch you all the new rule set, and then there's some things that I will leave open for debate on how exactly we want them done. This should be smaller. There's some things I will take input on, and there's other things. How did I fuck this up? And there's other things that you're just gonna suck it up and enjoy, okay? The pirate video, I'm hoping, will be out by Saturday. It might have to come out Sunday though, either sometime this weekend. I wanted to have it out today, but then I wasn't able to work on it a lot on Christmas and Christmas Eve because I had to do family stuff. Cringe, I know. I couldn't just degen grind Pirate 101 editing. Okay. Here are the rules, right? Wait, is this just a blank? Oh no. I forgot to remove the first template slide, but it's fine. All right. This is my second Arc Nuzlocke rules audit proposal. All right. I'm glad you could all join me today. This is an important day. Okay. This is a day where we're going to have to decide some things. Now, rules that we are not changing. Okay. These are sort of what I consider the central tenets of the Wizard101 Nuzlocke. These are things that I will never, even if I fail this challenge a million times, I would rather this challenge be completely impossible before I do a version of it that doesn't have these rules, okay? 1 life, okay? It doesn't matter. 1 life across the entire run. There's no second arc checkpoints. There's no checkpoint shenanigans. You get 1 life, okay? We're going to keep the level lock, and it's going to be a level lock at every 10 levels. Now, I may, right, so like 50 for Celestia, 60 for Zafaria. I would entertain the idea, maybe, of raising level locks if we get stuck on this for a while. But I think this is pretty good. I think, you know, every 10 levels, we get a level lock. So 50 at Celestia, 60 at Zafaria, okay? Solo everything, of course. That's obviously, you know, if this was a team challenge, it would be way too easy. No crown shop. Okay, we're going to keep e-girl begging banned. I don't want you guys, like, feeding me treasure cards and a bunch of OP stuff. No shared banks or polymorphs. I don't really see... Obviously, shared banks overpowered, and it kind of breaks every other rule. But no polymorphs. I don't even know if polymorphs would be good, right? They might be good. So, I just ban them. I don't really want to use polymorphs. I feel like they're pretty cheese. Okay, yeah, and... Why? Is it glitching out on your... Okay, it's only glitching out on my screen. Archmastery is forced at level 50. So obviously Archmastery we're allowed to use this time around, right? Like there's no other way around it. You know what I mean? Now here's an important rule. Also, my screen is glitching out so bad. It's like I don't know if you can see it on my face. It is like it's flashing lights. I guess I'll just look at it through OBS. Now the first arc must be being beaten with the OG rule set before we can push on into the second arc. So we don't get a second arc checkpoint or anything, right? We don't want it to be like, right, we're not, no, and it has to be a school, like it has to be a wizard I've beaten the first arc with to try the second arc. So say I want to run this challenge on a death, I would have to level a death up through the Wizlock. And if I lose my fire and storm, we have to re-level them back up and through. Okay? So it's not like we're starting over with this brand new rule set. Every first arc. Now there are some things like I think that we're gonna like fudge a little bit with this. Like I think pet training will be chill throughout. Pet training will be like chill. Like if I'm questing through the first 50 levels, I think I should be allowed to pet train. But I can't use the pet, obviously, right? But like not letting that energy go to waste. And maybe the same with like gardening. Like I'm allowed to garden and use those snacks for pet training, but I can't use them for other stuff. You know what I mean? All right. I don't want this because I can't take any more Croc, okay? We are not going to spend a lot of time in Croc, okay? I'm good at this game now. I improved. Now here are the rules that I propose we change. These are the rules I think we kind of have to change, right? Because we've been strict on a lot of these rules here. And if we didn't change these rules, I don't think this challenge would be very possible, okay? First rule. I think Bazaar gear and farming for gear is allowed, okay? Now, especially Bazaar gear is like, whatever. Like, I think we could go without Bazaar gear. I think if anything, Bazaar gear is kind of just a time saver. But farming for gear is very, very, very important throughout the second arc. You get to a point where, like, the game is more about what gear you have than anything else. And I also think this opens up a really fun thing where it's like, hey, if we want to go try to farm Aquila for good gear, it's going to be super dangerous, but the gear we're going to get out is worth of it, right? Or if we want to go do something like grinding Waterworks or trying to like pull off some shenanigans of Waterworks to steal some gear from there, right? We're obviously going to have to, you know... See, I don't think one run is a good way to do it. I don't like that. I think part of the cool thing is like, hey, if you're willing to like strategize and go do a super dangerous run that could kill your, or go do a super difficult dungeon that could kill your run, right? And I end up pulling it off, pull some shit out of my ass, and I get, you know, a really good robe. It's worth it. Yes, even if it's not main storyline, if I die ever, it's over. That is a central tenet. If I die, flee, it's completely over. So right, so this, I also think this does a really good job of limiting what gear I'm actually able, because I can't get overpowered. Because I can't just instantly hit level 60 and then go get Waterworks and cruise through the game, right? I'd have to like probably wait, you know, and I have to be smart about it. And there's like risk and reward aspects to it and that sort of thing. I think this is a very fair way to do it. It all still has to be soloed. And if I die while attempting to beat it, it's a full reset. What about stuff? Crafting is allowed. Crafting was allowed in the first one. So I can farm, I can go craft. And that's the other thing is like, I think this is on the next slide. We should go to the next slide because this is more in tune with crafting. Okay, Sideworlds, side quests, housing tours, pet breeding, gardening, fishing are all going to be unbanned. Okay? Now, realistically, side quests and Sideworlds don't actually do anything. Because we have the level lock. So we cannot over level anyways, right? We're stuck at our level no matter what. So like we can go for crafted, we can go for Winter Tusk crafted gear, right? Again, you have to like play through Winter Tusk and that's going to be dangerous. I think gardening, fishing, and pet breeding. Okay, pet breeding is the really pet breeding is the one that I think is going to be the most highly contested. Gardening and fishing is just going to make my life easier. It's really not going to do anything. I don't even think we're going to fish. But gardening just speeds up the game, right? And it'll speed up stuff like crafting and like whatever. But when you're unlevel locked, you're going to overlevel. I don't think I will be. I think I'm actually going to be underleveled. Because I guess if I play through all of Winter Tusk, but do I have to? I could just port. Do you have to play through Winter Tusk to get to the crafted gear? I mean, I'll probably like play through Grizzleheim and stuff. I don't think I'll overlevel. What do housing tours do? So housing tours allow me to get to high level areas to do things that are good for like pet hatching. It has no actual gameplay impact. It'll make gold farming a little bit easier, and it will make pet breeding a little bit easier. Are cantrips banned? Yes. I don't think I could use cantrips though if I'm soloing, right? But they're banned. We're not gonna do cantrips. If they aren't banned, we'll ban them. I never even thought about that, to be honest. Personally, I think housing tours should stay banned and you can only hatch with yourself. You're crazy. You're crazy. Housing tours are like not something I'm even going to debate. Because all the housing tours are going to do is make gold farming faster. That's literally the only impact they have. And maybe get us a couple reagents. It's just a time-saving thing. Right? And it's like, we're going to have to farm for a bunch of gold. It's not like the first arc where like gold farming isn't really a thing. Like, or alternative to that would be like how we just go Halfang farm. And that's just going to be way longer and boring. And the other thing about curating your own pet pool is that's going to suck. And I don't want to do it. I mean, that's going to take like 3 months to make a single pet. And for some fights, I'm going to like probably have to rely on having like good pets made. So I think that just, again, increases the time. Time is a key component. And here's the thing, again, like, I think pets are good in the second arc, right? I don't think they're broken. I don't think they're pirate level broken where they're going to give me like 3 new epics. Right? Like, they'll just give me some stats boosted stuff. And maybe a few will cast cheese. Bazaar equals not a WIZLOCKE. I don't really see that. other thing is, like, I could not use the Bazaar. The Bazaar gear isn't going to be that good anyways. I mean, I would be okay not using the Bazaar, because I'll just farm Malice there. I don't think Bazaar is good at all. I actually don't think I'll use that much Bazaar gear. The only situation I see using Bazaar gear is if I have to set for something. Then Bazaar gear could be really good. But then even again, I could just go farm for that set gear, right? It just makes my life a little bit easier. Yeah, I don't think Bazaar gear is broken earlier. Arc 2 Bazaar gear is solid. I don't think I'm not worried about it though. Right? Like, I don't know. I don't think, because I also think, like, isn't the best gear going to be crafted in whatever gear? Like, how often do I really buy? I think it's also the thing is, like, yeah, pets are the one thing I was open to. Maybe I just got kicked for inactivity. Are you kidding me? Do I have another slide? Empty. Okay. Pets were the one thing I was kind of open to. But, I think pets, like, also just aren't that. They just add so much more strategy. They're, like, gonna be, especially, like, through Celestia and, like, the earlier worlds of, like, the, second arc. They're gonna be really, like, kind of my main gear thing I'm doing, right? They added tier 2 gear to Bazaar gear, substitute for farm. You can get, like, 20 universal resist and 30 damage. Yeah, I mean, pets are really good. But they're part of the game. This is the other problem we run into at a certain point. Is, like, the second arc was designed around you having pets. And it also wasn't meant to be soloed, right? There's a lot of fights that weren't designed to be soloed. So, like, I feel like the first arc, it made sense to limit pets, because, like, the game came out without pets. But now that we're, like, entering into, like, you know? I think this is fair. I don't think, and the other thing is, I think if you're looking at these rules, and you're like, damn, this isn't going to be still the hardest challenge ever, I think you're lying to yourself. This shit's still going to suck. It's going to be fun, but it's going to be hard. Like, you know, we're still going to be level 50 in Celestia. Like, this isn't exactly... The other thing is, like, maybe we look at the level locks and say, hey, that's a little too steep, right? That's a little steep. Yo, what's up, Audrey? Appreciate you becoming a member. Shout out. Now, here's the other thing, okay? Here's the other dilemma we have. We could try to take our storm or our fire through... I'll do this. Whoa. Fucking wait for this. Now, we could try to take our storm and our fire through the second arc. Now, I think there's a chance we cripple through Celestia, right? There's probably a good shot. But we're not, you know, don't get me wrong. I love those classes. They did me well in the WIZLOCKE. But, like, they don't have what it takes. I think pretty plain and simple, right? I don't like their odds. So we could just try to, like, see how far we get on the storm or the fire. And just to, like, gain some experience maybe a little bit. Or we start right over right now and we make a death. Alright, let's not spam death. I'll run a poll for this. Yeah, what's up, Sola? Happy holidays, everyone. Good luck, Zareth. Shout out, shout out. Do we want a poll or do we want to start over? Storm, run it. You know what? We'll do it like this. Start over on a death. Storm. Fire. Now to include Twitch chat, because I can't run like cross-stream polls, you guys get to gamble on which one wins. How do I do this? How do I do predictions? Oh, they're here. Again. This is like this won't actually matter for anything, but you get to gamble because Twitch has gambling, which is base. Wait, how many? I'm out of character slots. Okay, I don't know who you are. Ooh, he might have had empowers. Ah, whatever. Live and learn. Sonic the Hedgehog. Gotta turn back on my capture curve. All in on Storm. Let's go. We're ending the prediction. Now, I think Death wins. 41% on Death. 40% on Death. I think we start over on a Death. I do think like that kind of sucks from the perspective of like, you know, this is the second arc WIZLOCKE. Obviously, we want to get to the new content. But I think it really gives us the best chance of actually getting a good run off the ground. If Death wins, name him Wolf Shatterpants, and if he dies, bans me. Is that still a name you can do? Alright, let's actually make a good looking Death Wizard. Okay, he can't be Ginger. Can't be Ginger. Yo, Leon with the gifted. What's up, Leon? Appreciate you. We need someone that gives off the... Okay, we'll make this guy all like... Wait, what? I want his hair to be black. That's all I really care about. Alright, that's a Death Wizard. We want to go with Wolf Shatterpants. We're gonna probably be on this wizard for freaking 100 hours. Probably more. And you want it to be Wolf Shatterpants? Dude, if I can't first try the WIZLOCKE on a Death, which is like the most baby mode easy class of all time, we have no hope for the second arc. This should be really smooth. Especially because I plan on like tryharding this. I'm gonna do the crafted gear strats. I'm gonna, you know, we're gonna use enchanted vampire strats and all that. That's not even a name you can use. Oh no, I don't know how the alphabet works. No, it's not even a name. You can't even do Wolf Shatterpants. They get rid of Shatter? Can you just type a letter to select a name? What? I did not know that. No way. That hasn't always been a thing. There's no way. What about like Wolf? I need something that ends in like a you know? Planner pants? That doesn't really make sense. Is Island an option? There's not a... I don't I don't think we can have our 200-hour run character be something Jeffrey Island. I don't think this is a good idea. I think this is bad optics. This is very bad optics, right? Jeffrey Island Lord. Keeper. Jeffrey Island. Is a leader an option? This is very bad optics. Alright. If anyone asks, it was a random name. If anyone asks, it was a completely random coincidence, okay? If anyone asked, this was not a chosen... This was just... The wheel just spun this out. It was crazy. I don't even know how it happened. I don't even know how this happened. I don't even know how this happened. We always end up back here somehow, huh? Isn't it crazy how we always end up back here? We are doing Arc 1. I maybe eventually, I will go with, like, allowing myself to use potions. Like, Arc 2 potions. But I think the rule is gonna stay that I have to beat the WIZLOCKE on the class before I potion. You know what I mean? Because I think it would be kind of cheese if I, like, do the second arc on a death after having never beaten the death. You know what I mean? The end goal is to kill Morgant. We're going all the way to Morgant. That's the goal. Can I opt out of being banned if this one dies? If this one dies, I will ban Jeffrey Epstein. I will ban him from stream. You have my word. I promise. How about that? How about that? I'll ban the entire Epstein list, huh? I'll ban the entire list. How about that? I'll take a stand. Not to get political. Okay, this is bad for optics. This is just bad. We gotta switch up the subject here. Release the Malistaire files. All I'm saying, okay, all I'm saying, all right, and you didn't hear this with me. You didn't hear this from me. But Cyrus Drake, Malistaire Drake, brothers, right? I've heard from my sources at Ravenwood they were all buddy, huh? And what do you think they were talking over that Thanksgiving dinner, huh? You think only one of them's evil? What's the odd that only one of them turns evil, right? Both teachers, same face, kind of shady, I don't know. I'm not saying anything. I'm just saying it's kind of not great optics. Right. I think Baelstrom's in the finals. I think if anyone's safe, should I do a tier list of most likely to be in the Malistaire finals features? I think the least likely is probably Arthur's Weatherfield. I just feel like he doesn't have the status, right? Just like, I don't even think he would get the invite. Although he was doing some shady shit in Pirate, you know? He was doing some weird shit in Pirate. Mulinda might be at the top of my list. I feel like Mulinda has some shit she's hiding from us. Yo, Bart with the Prime. What's up, Bart? I appreciate you. Jeffrey Epstein is the run. This isn't, his name isn't Jeffrey Epstein. Okay? This was just a unfortunate random wheel spin. We've all agreed on this. We've all agreed this was just very unfortunate name to spin. Was Michael Jackson on the Epstein list? Is that real? What did they... I don't even know, like, what the fuck? I did see the, this is bad that it reminds me of this. But I had to make a poster for a class once, and I was using Photoshop, and it was like one of like my big poster projects that like the teachers would print out for you. And like in Photoshop, I've always done the thing where it's like, if I mess something up or like the edges aren't good, instead of like actually going in and redoing it, I just draw like a box and like change it to the same color as the background. And like I've never had the problem with it, but then like when this poster got blown up to like, you know, like a big ass poster board for this project, you could see every little box I'd drawn. So like really I'm no worse than the people who were supposed to like actually redact the shit and then they didn't do it because they didn't have the premium version, right? It happens to all of us. We all make mistakes. Is 24 couch potatoes good for a casual player? Yeah. I think honestly you can get away with like 10. 24 is a lot. For us, like if you're only making like casual player pets, you don't need more than, I don't even think you need more than 10. Will I beat Arc 2 of the WIZLOCKE or graduate college? That's a good question. I think, here's the thing, I should be streaming a lot. Once I get this pirate video out, I should realistically be streaming like a lot. But what if I don't graduate? I would take that bet and then I'll just fail a couple classes and take an extra couple semesters. Yeah, I'm starting from level 1 because I want to do this on a death. I think death has the best chance of pulling it off. But I have to like beat the original WIZLOCKE on a death first, and then we can switch over to the new rules. It's a little anticlimactic, but I think it's kind of just a product of me only having beat the WIZLOCKE on the 2 worst schools for it. Can I generate bets on Polymarket? Is it like, can I host my own Polymarket bets? Could we make a WIZLOCKE bet? I think that's the next step, right? Is letting people set their own lines for stuff, right? Are they really the 2 worst schools if those are the only ones you beat it on? Fire is not the worst school for the original WIZLOCKE. Fire might be the 2nd worst school for the 2nd arc. Although, I don't really know. It's definitely a lower tier. Storm is definitely the worst WIZLOCKE school. It's not even really an argument, to be honest. It's awful. It's terrible. That's what I don't understand about, like, Polymarket and Kalshi or whatever. Is, like, if you're betting on someone, like, if I'm betting on... how do they know you're not just gonna, like... whatever? Like, couldn't I just place a huge bet on someone to not win an election and then just assassinate them? Or, like, what if I have, like, isn't it just so prone to insider trading? Like, what if I know... like really anything about like I don't understand how do they stop that, or is that just like part of the game? FBI clip that. How do they stop people from doing that? Like, okay, maybe I'll take a less extreme example, right? Okay, look at Polymarket, right? Logan Paul Pikachu Illustrator sale price. That is so lame. Like Elon Musk number of tweets December 23rd to December 30th is at like 20% to be over 320. Couldn't Elon Musk, like, just rig this shit? Wouldn't that be, like, hilariously easy? How do they stop him from doing that? I guess they don't care, though, right? Because they just take a flat rate off of it, right? They probably don't give a shit. Because even if it's completely rigged, and someone, like, whatever, is insider trading, they don't care because they're taking a flat percentage of just the total money that's coming through. That's why Merle never helps. He's got the poly market on Malistaire. I think that should be a thing someone makes. I think that's the next evolution of poly market. Is you make like a thing where I can like set like it should be streamer based. And instead of like gambling points, we could gamble real money. And it's like, does Zarek kill Malistaire this run, you know? And then we could set the line and you guys could all gamble. I think that would be like revolutionize streaming. We need to get someone with the means to like develop that idea. What's up, Emily with the Prime? Appreciate you, Emily. Shout out. How would I rip you off? I don't even think... I think in that scenario, I actually couldn't even scam you. Because I wouldn't be able... Oh, I could. No, I totally could. Because I would just bet die and then throw the run. Yeah. I think that's a risk we're going to have to be willing to take, though. That's a risk I'm willing to take. They had the people would bet on Tyler 1's games if he would win. That was on Kalshi. I just like I'm pretty pro gambling in general. I don't understand how like all that's legal, right? I think we should stick to sports gambling, right? Because that's very ethical. I think if... Oh, wait, I didn't just... Oh, no, this is 5, right? A block. If we had just allowed there to be freaking slots in every gas station in America, Polymarket never would have happened. It was one of those things where you were too restrictive and people fought back because people need to gamble. We should gamble on Toontown servers. Wow. What is that? Is that a thing that's like common? Okay, yeah. See, I'm gonna take a political stand here. I'm banning him from chat. I know that might be. I'm gonna say it. Jeffrey Epstein was a bad guy, terrible human being, not a good guy. All right. I know that may lose. I know that's kind of a heavily debated topic right now. I know that may lose me some subscribers, but Jeffrey Epstein overall pretty bad guy. Not a great dude. I'm gonna be the brave one who comes out and says it. I gotta stand up for what I believe in. Someone has to take a stand. I'm tired of all these streamers fence sitting. I'm gonna take a real stand. Politics. Sergeant Muldoon. Always the loudest people who are guilty. I don't think that's true. I actually really don't think. I think that's false. You ever like? You remember when you were a kid? Like I used to do a lot of stupid shit, right? You ever like get accused of like in class of like breaking something or cheating on something, and it was like a time you actually didn't break it or cheat on it? You ever get accused of cheating on something and like you genuinely didn't cheat? This like has to be the worst feeling in the world. I think that's when I get the loudest. How are things gonna change? I feel like I need to like clip. I might do this next stream. Just like clip the first 20 minutes of stream and like leave it in the description or something. There's a lot of rule changes, but for Arc 1, none of the rules are changed. Pretty much, it's deathless. Level lock every 10 levels, so like I'm gonna be level locked at 50 for Celestia. And then like most other things are allowed besides the crown shop and shared make. Pets are allowed, gardening's allowed, side dungeons are allowed, but if I die during them, it's over. Has to be crazy common with ChatGPT now. My mom is a middle school English teacher, and she just like no longer is able to give kids writing assignments to take home. Like if she wants like her kids to write an essay, it has to be done in class. Because it's evolved, like kids are like gotten to the point where they're good at using ChatGPT to cheat now. Once kids figured out the method of like, you know, write this like a 6th grader, you know, add some punctuation mistakes occasionally, add at least 5 basic grammar mistakes, and don't use em dashes, it's like indiscernible. And it's one of those things where like you can kind of tell, right? You can always have a feeling, but it's hard to prove. Like you can't prove it. Like even if you're like pretty damn sure, like there's not, right? You can't prove it. Dude, I never got past the 6th grade level, so it was like, right? Like it would be easy for me. I do think there's stuff where it's like, what scares me that like my mom talks about a lot, which is like, I actually think is like, oh shit, this might be where it's cooking us. It's like, kids don't even know what to do. Like kids don't cheat anymore really. Because like, it used to be a thing, if you wanted to cheat on a test, like, yeah, you were cheating, which isn't great, right? Probably shouldn't do that in the, you know, you're only cheating yourself, all that. But like, to cheat back in my day actually required some effort. Like, if you were going to try to plagiarize an essay, you had to at least go find an essay that was like a little bit obscure, maybe one that somehow wasn't like easily freely accessible on the internet, right? Turn It In kind of was like a really hard to get around, but maybe it's like you find one that's like online and then you handwrite it, or or you like maybe instead of like whatever, like just getting the entire thing summarized for you or doing the reading, you like find the spark notes, or you like, or like in math, like maybe you freaking put the formulas into your calculator somehow, and like whatever. Like cheating used to be like, even if you were cheating, you had to put like conscious effort into the ability to cheat, right? Which my mom respected in a way, right? Because you see a kid who's like put an elaborate effort into cheating, it's like, you probably could have just learned the stuff, right? At least you're like using your brain power to problem solve. But now kids just like throw shit into ChatGPT and it does it for them. And the second you take it away from them, they don't have the ingenuity, right? They don't even have the drive we had to cheat. I remember putting a cheat sheet in my plastic water bottle. See, again, like I almost think that does you more good than learning like a random the formula for like the area of a sphere. Like being willing to like think through problems is like, I think, the most important skill I learned in school. But I also don't, the other thing is like, I do think there's some good aspects of it though. Because I think there's certain shit that doesn't really matter. That I think, like, if it gets removed from a classroom, I don't know. Like, I feel like vocabulary tests are the stupidest thing ever. Because you would just memorize, you would put the 20 terms in a Quizlet, you'd practice them, memorize them, to the point where, like, you don't even really know, like, I don't even really know how to pronounce some of them. But I get the vocabulary test, I'd spell them all, and I write the freaking definition I just memorized and not even, like, applied. And then it would be out of my brain by the time I left the classroom. So it's like, maybe, like, if vocabulary quizzes died, it's a good thing. Sometimes I cheat and end up studying the material anyway. I don't know. I think, like, studying is, like, a weird skill. I do think there's, like, some truth to, like, studying for a test doesn't actually teach you shit. I think of how many tests I how many tests I've taken in my life where, like, I retained less than none of the information. Like, the majority of them. Unlike the WIZLOCKE, which is, like, practically applying things I've learned. So really, I think we should make kids watch my Wizard101 content instead of go to school. I think that's what we should do. I think a really good test is one that's written in a way where, like, to study it is about memorization and, like, grasping the concepts, and then the test comes and you have to apply it. Apply what you've learned. But I feel like the way a lot of tests are orchestrated, this is, like, very true for econ, I feel. All my econ classes were like this, where it was like, a good econ professor would, like, teach you the concepts, and then the test would be about applying the concepts. And usually the tests were really fucking hard in classes like that, but you learned a lot. Whereas some teachers would just give you a practice test, and then it was just, like, memorizing, like, you didn't really, you're just memorizing how to do the problems. And, like, maybe you swap in and out numbers. But, like, you don't learn shit. I don't feel like I learned anything. Tried studying the recommended hours for a genetic class and failed every single test. Dude, some of that, like, genetic stuff, a lot of that science shit's crazy. Like, just the amount of memorization that's required. Is terrifying. Most important econ stuff is what's going on in the market. The rest you learn on the job. Yeah, I just think it's interesting of, like, you know, like, maybe you need to understand, like, I don't know. I feel like the relationships are what's really important, right? It's kind of what you're saying. As opposed to, like, just learning a bunch of random formulas or, like, I put number here. Oh, boy. The things I would do to that Cyclops, huh? What's up, Kellen? Quick question. How do you plan on doing just the second arc if the character gets erased when you die? I won't die. I won't die, right? That's probably the plan. Hopefully. He's dressed in leather for a reason. See, someone gets it. Am I scared to do Achilles? I mean, I don't want to do Achilles. It actually is probably like, I think it's probably top 15 hardest fight in the WIZLOCKE. Because there is a chance you just get RNG destroyed. I don't know if it's definitely, I'd put it top 20. I think all the early game fights are like that are pretty hard. Because like natural attacks are stupid. Dude, they patched it because of my freaking short, apparently. Which is so uncalled for. Like, there's so much more you could be doing with your time, KingsIsle. I don't, like, why? Why take out Achilles skip? Has the death trap always been 40%? Wasn't it 35 for a long time? Is that new? What? Or am I just so used to playing on Myth, Fire, and whatever? They buffed traps. They buffed all traps. I was gonna say that number looks crazy. That's how you know I don't even. That actually makes way more freaking sense. That's something I've always thought about. I should be a game developer. I feel like traps could even be at like 45%. Especially with how just dominant AoEs are in this game. Well, Hex makes sense, right? Because it's universal. Hex should be 35, though. What I want for Christmas this year is just like a weird percentage number on one of the blades or something. Why don't we get crazy and make storm traps like 37.8% or something? Why not? Why do they always have to be divisible by 5? Let's put this engine under some stress, huh? 67%. You should be perm banned. I should perm ban you.
At last, let me guess, no one sent you to do his work for him? That is such. Everyone's safe.
Blah blah blah. Achilles. I'll probably actually want to go buy some myth shields for this fight. Oop. I mean, General Achilles is a hard fight. Honestly, I think if I lose if I think I'm either gonna lose in, I don't want to say this. I think the highest world I have a chance of dying in on a death is probably Wizard City. Because I feel like Midshade's kind of not free on a death. I think if I die in any of these worlds, it might be Wizard City. I think Malistaire is so unbelievably free on a death. He is just so freelo. You got Wiz on PlayStation? No. I'm waiting for it to come out on Switch, and then I might make an account on Switch. But I don't really play. It's like one of those things where it's like, I think the console edition's super cool. But like, it doesn't make sense already having a PC account to play on it, you know? They're the same. I gotta get like a rules thing for the Twitch. How do I do that? How do I add like a exclamation rules command? I gotta figure out how that works. The second arc rules are pretty much like everything must be done solo, die equals reset, level lock at 50 for Celestia, 60 for Sepharia, and so on. And then pretty much everything else besides the shared bank and crown shop's allowed. So I can do Sideworlds, I can pet train, I can do everything. Can I play Wiz in my Honda Civic screen? Your Honda Civic probably could, like, you probably don't even have to, like, HDMI it in or anything. Like, you can, your Honda Civic can probably run Wizard101. This game runs on anything. Alright, let's just pop this. Let's not be stupid. Yeah, I need to update the rules in the whatever. I'll do that after the stream. I keep trying to jailbreak my Corolla so I can watch movies when I drive. How does that? I guess you could probably stream stuff, right? I mean, most cars have like internet now, right? Does the whatever happened to like Google's thing where it was like the stick you'd plug in and then they would like stream the game over to you? You know what I'm talking about? The Stata? Stadia? It's dead? Why'd it die? I kind of thought that would be like a really good business. Not that I know anything about it, but I feel like the convenience of being able to like stream a game like that, was it just like, did it just like have crazy delay and shit? I feel like that would have worked. If I had to bet on something like working, because no one cared, I guess. I feel like if I was at school though, and I wasn't streaming, I might have like tried to do something like that. To not have to worry about having like my a desktop or like a whatever and just being able to stream games. They charged way too much for it. Interesting. That is true. If you try to play Wiz on your Corolla and then you do a housing tour and you get into a Castle Magic house, or you like load your couch potatoes, you might blow up your transmission. I don't know the mechanics behind that, but I think that would happen. All right, we're probably gonna dunk on this guy. Consider you have to double your ping for every game. I don't play games where I think I would care. I guess it would be annoying to play like Halo Reach and have my input lag. I have as many cards in, right? And we go first. Alright, GG, easy game. The input lag is the main reason why it failed. I didn't name my character this. It was a random wheel spin. It was not my fault. I did not, it was not me. This is, I'm being thrown under a microscope that I did not do. This is a family-friendly game, okay? There would be no holes in this game's naming scheme, okay? Not a lie, it's the truth. It is the truth. And nothing but. How did you live? Not cool, dude. Do this. See, like, if I had gone second here, I think I lose. Just kind of crazy to think about. I mean, I probably do will cast there from second. I probably shield first round if I'm second, but still, like, the early game fights are scary, bro. There aren't many fights in, like, Marleybone and beyond where you get down to, like, a fourth of your health. Back in my day, used to be an optional fight. Gardevoir and I have split. It is, I don't really want to talk about it, actually. If you could respect my personal space at this time, that'd be a pretty... It was pretty tragic for me. Pretty upsetting. That was my longest relationship ever. 3 weeks. I feel like a new man. Can I have Gardevoir's number? I'm not gonna say what I want to say. It's that natural attack. No, we were actually never married. I never divorced my first wife, and that's like this whole weird legal thing, so like, I never bothered. Do you think that makes me less appealing to potential suitors? The fact that I'm still legally married? I never really thought about that, but I think about that recently. Like, maybe that's the reason, right? Right. It's one of those things where, like, yeah, women don't exist, but that doesn't mean you can't, you know, I'm not scared of them. Like, dinosaurs don't exist, but I'm still pretty scared of T-Rexes. Right? I still feel the effects of their ancestral lineage in giraffes. You have to fight Achilles now. They freaking updated the game. They took out Achilles skip. We can't have shit in this world. Do I make another short? I thought my funny short idea would be like, hey, KingsIsle, I'm glad you fixed Achilles skip, this harmless speedrunning skip that's been in the game for 15 years. Here's a top 10 list of all the other things you could have spent that time fixing that actually matter. And then I would list all the, like, different things that are fucked up about this game that they never fixed. Where instead they had, like, a first responder reaction time to a speedrunning skip. But I don't know, I don't have that. I was trying to think of a list, and there's not that many things that are, like, great. My big thing is the Fairgrounds leaderboard. What else is still broke? I know there's a lot of shit in Pirate that's broke. Olive Caramel, that's the other one. They still haven't fixed Portal Apparel. That's a good point. PvP. I mean, like, I could be like, fix the second arc, but that doesn't really work because it's like, it's not like the second arc is like broken. They just think they're just okay with it being like bad, right? It's like, it's not like it's like. The guild hop glitch? A good robe. It's just like it doesn't really fit. Like it wasn't a problem. Like they got your way to fix a glitch that's been in the game for so long. It's like why? Like it doesn't affect anything. Fix school identity. Maybe I'll do it still. Prediction going? Dies to Nightshade? I'm not gonna die to Nightshade. Can mods do that? Wait, that's actually really cool. I support gambling in all measures. I think gambling should be completely... You know what I learned about my roommate? You know, actually, you want to hear something? You want to hear a funny Chigoto story? That is just another reason he's not a great guy and you shouldn't like him. He voted against legalizing sports betting in California. Isn't that crazy? How do I work with someone? How do I live with someone like that? Isn't that fucking absurd? What a loser, I know. Don't say based roommates. Dude, it's like he puts his head through my wall, he fucking votes against sports betting. He hates me. No, he doesn't gamble at all. Every time I say let's go to the casino, you know what he says? No. Okay? There's times where it's like, okay, fine. You have a good excuse. But there's times where we're just bored on a Friday and it's like, hey, let's go to the casino, you know? There's times where I wake up just feeling lucky on a Tuesday morning. And he always says no. So fucked up. Sports betting is a plague, bruh. I actually like how I can't look anywhere without getting an ad for sports betting. I actually enjoy that. I think it's good for society. That's a good point, actually. I could get behind that law. Banning like DraftKings and you have to go to the casino to place bets. You have to do it in person. I feel like that would almost be good for building community, right? I feel like I would get behind that law. It is insane. Actually, as someone who doesn't really sports gamble that much, or at all, honestly, I like real gambling. You know? I'm a big fan of, like, card games. Get me in a card game. I don't actually sports gamble that much. It's crazy how, like, the spread now is, like, almost more important. Like, I feel like, even just, like, 10 years ago, you'd watch, like, the pregame show and it would be about, like, you know, oh, this is the game plan and blah, blah, blah. And now you watch, like, the Pat McAfee show and, like, the spread is the most important thing they're talking about. I think it's an interesting shift. Then again, none of it really fucking matters. It's all a game, right? Can you reenact someone getting caught for gambling fraud? How would you even do gambling fraud? Like, not, I guess that's just tax fraud, right? This is, if you take one thing away from my stream, okay, is I'm not telling you to do this, okay? I'm not saying to do this, okay? But mathematically, if you want your best odds of making money playing roulette or blackjack and you're not an advantage player, right? You're not like counting cards or doing whatever. Your best thing to do is to take all the money you're willing to gamble or that you plan on gambling and run it on a single hand. It's actually the highest expected value. Because if you are able to play, it's better for roulette. If you're going to do it on roulette. Because you pretty much just have a 50-50 chance of doubling your money. Right? Whereas if you play like several hundred hands, right? You're going to be, and the house's edge is going to like, you know, eventually the edge is going to be realized. But if you just go in there and place one bet, like it's basically a coin flip. That's true. I sent a paper in Discord about that. I'm telling, it's very true. Yeah, but then your night is over in 2 seconds. Or your entire night's free. Or your entire night's free. The duality. Speaking of card games, I wish Wizard had an in-game Magic the Gathering or Yu-Gi-Oh card game like that. Dude, I thought about this, like, actually. Is like, you know what would be sick, and it'll never happen, because King's Isle, whatever. But, like, a Pokemon TCG-styled Wiz game. Where, like, maybe some way it's, like, you know, like, I think the Pokemon trading card game is so cool. Imagine a Wizard101 game where you open packs to like get cards and then it's like Wizard combat. That'd be sick. And then you could implement like some like Candy Crush level of fucking questing. That would be so tough. I say we make it happen. I mean, I failed AP Computer Science, so. But I mean, you guys got that, right? I'll take only 50%. You can have 50% of it if you make the whole game. I always wonder, like, I was just talking about this when editing the pirate video. It's just the part where it's like, do you think if like King's Isle, when they made their mobile game division, instead of doing like random shit, had just like made a game like that or something like at least loosely related to like Wiz or Pirate 101, that it would have like they would still fucking be able to make pirate content? Like, it probably would have had a higher chance of being successful, right? There's AI now, bro. I don't think AI is going to make that whole thing for me. I don't think AI can, from top to bottom, make that whole game. I wouldn't even know, like, where, like, how do you make a game? Like, what do you even put the code into? Is that a stupid question? It feels like a stupid question, but I genuinely don't know. Like, how do you, like, even if you code, like, where do you put it, right? A game engine? So, like, that's like Unreal 5, right? Dog is our game engine? I don't know, dude. I failed fucking AP Computer Science, and you're, like, expecting me to know these things. You could use Google? You're telling me I freaking... Okay. I guess it makes sense as a game engine. Ooh, I remember the little cat. Remember the little cat and you could like plug the stuff together to like make him do stuff? Scratch! How's he doing? How's that cat? Still around? Dude, I'm bad at anything language I've always been terrible at. Spanish was like the one class in high school that I tried really hard in and I still like would not get good. Like every other class I think I've taken in my life, I can lock in a little bit and like do fine. Like if I take the time to good study habits and stuff. I had good study habits for Spanish. I went to office hours right after school trying to get help from the teacher and stuff, and like she helped me and like whatever. Never got it. Never quite clicked for Zerit. I'm a good student, okay? I was a great student in high school. Okay, college, I'm a good student. High school, I was like really good. Like one of the best. Some might even say the best even. I'm 3 hours behind where I was. It's midnight EST. It just turned 9 for me. I was a good noodle. All my teachers always liked me. Except a few of them. all of them liked me except the ones who didn't. I think I could take the SAT right now and do really well on it. Give me the SAT, I'm cooking. Give me the SAT right now. Guaranteed minimum 1400. 100%. Not a doubt in my mind. Not a single doubt. Is fudge just a dehydrated brownie? Probably not. Yes, the SAT does include Wizard101 facts. Does. I bet a large amount of money we're under the 1400. That is one of those things where it'd be like a really funny short, but the stream would suck. That would be a really funny short, though. We could do a stream like that, though. That'd probably be funny. How long does the SAT even take? I didn't have to take the SAT. I didn't take the SAT because of COVID. So every school I applied to was test optional. So I just never fucking took it. You know? So maybe I like get my COVID baby fucking redemption. I think I would have done really well on it. Half a day? No. 4 hours? I don't even think I took the PSAT. The PSAT isn't actually used for anything, right? It's just to like test how good you'd be at the SAT or something. SAT, but my BAC has to be over the... No, there has to be a really funny video idea in there. SAT, but my BAC increases every answer I get wrong or something. That would be really funny. There has to be a way to do that. I just think, like, I think the idea of me taking the SAT is really funny until I'm actually taking the SAT. And then it's like, okay, this is boring as fuck. Right? Perfect SAT score is kind of insane. What? Yeah, I didn't even turn in my test scores. I don't think I submitted a single test. You know? I don't even think I, like, did any of that shit. Holy shit, Leon with the 50 gifted? What the fuck? What the... Shout out Leon, bro. What? You're so funny, don't go bald? What? Okay. Appreciate it. What? Shout out. Guess I won't go bald, I hope. That's insane, Leon. Thank you. Crazy. Dude, I really... Let's stay haired together. Dude, I don't know what's up with my alert box. It's not working. You know what definitely broke it though? Because I was working the Cadence stream. It was when because I signed in and out to try to get dual stream. But really, if we're gonna blame anyone, we have to blame Twitch chat. 50 subs for Beyond Level 50. Let's go. Shout out Leon. This is literally the run, bro. Literally the run. No, I am not drinking. I kind of want to... I gotta get this fucking pirate video done. I want to do a... I have another really funny drinking stream idea. With, I was gonna play, New Super Mario Bros. Wii with my friends and add, like, a bunch of drinking rules. But I don't think I'd be able to stream. It is funny that I don't think Pirate 101 gets, like, any content. I think Chupo's video and mine are gonna come out in the same week. A little silly. Does this guy have natural attack? Did I lose? What is he doing? Is he gonna sigh on me? How does the AI choose to fire cat there? There, you seen that dude on Kick who ran over someone on stream? Hasn't that happened multiple times? I feel like that isn't like I've heard that story already. Yeah, I could have died there actually, I think. Although I don't know, does Harvest Lord even have natural attack? Probably should have died there. I remember who was the one who like there was one where some guy was like weaving through traffic. That was a really big deal in my Instagram Reels. Whatever. My Instagram Reels algorithm. No, they're natural. He might have 100 pip per natural. Bees bends? Maybe something like that. Yeah, but like, I'd probably live, right? You didn't have 7 pips. I have 490. It would have been close. If I fizzled there, I'd probably die. It would have been close. I don't know. Who knows? Live and learn, Sonic the Hedgehog. So weird having 600 health, though. I feel so strong. Dude, with crafted gear, I'm easily gonna... If I get crafted gear and good drops, I think I'll easily be over 1k in Brock, which is kind of nutty. The Z will definitely get a shout out. A lot of the like companion bonds, if you are tied to a companion that balled out, you get a pretty substantial. You get some scream. Some of the soul bonds got some scream. How much do I make off YouTube? So I make $1 per 1 view. So like, if you check my main channel, I'm like multi-millionaire. And I don't pay taxes on it. You don't have to pay taxes on YouTube income. I don't remember who Ninja was named after, but they did not ball out. The big one is Blungleblorg. Has some screen time. Blungleblorg was Bonnie. Blungleblorg has been in my stream. Blungleblorg was in my streams when I had 5 viewers. I still have, I don't even think, Blungleblorg doesn't really come, but Blungleblorg will just drop in and say the most absurd shit and then leave. But Blungleblorg was in my stream. I have Blungleblorg's League of Legends highlights from 2022 that have just been sent to me. I have them all. They just sit on my Discord. I mean, at least through the first arc, this WIZLOCKE should be mad chill. I don't live in Zimbabwe. I ain't a millionaire. Are we starting? Never. There will never be a Bazaar. I will never play League of Legends. One of like the few things in my life I'm like very proud of. I never played League of Legends. URF games? What is URF? It's a game mode in League. I'm not playing League. I just like, I like myself too much to download League. It's like, I want to do like a Balatro drinking stream at some point. I just feel like the odds that it's like completely a mess are really good. Like the thing with Balatro content is I feel like Balatro is like always some like Northern Lion archetype of person who's like very calm and very well spoken and like super intelligent and like just like doesn't really like, you know. I think it would be a funny contrast to have me like pissed drunk, you know, trying to play Balatro. I think that would be a funny bit. Gotta do the Wii Sports one again at some point. I thought about doing that today and starting the WIZLOCKE tomorrow. But I don't have the Motion Plus. Dude, that's how I play Balatro. I think it would be funny. Because it also would be like, I wouldn't just like mainline to like photo chat or like some other like flush build every time. I'd probably do some wacky stuff. My other stream idea this is a bad stream idea. This is a very dumb stream idea, but I think it has potential. Is like I get like a 36 rack from the wherever, and I buy a Switch 2 and I just play Switch 2 games, and it's like a marathon stream until I drink the entire 30 rack. I think that would be such a funny stream. Because it would have to be like 2 days probably of me just like drinking light beer and playing, you know, every Switch game I've never played. But then it gets I think that might be a little too degenerate. Hold on. I don't know why it's not letting me get. I don't like playing Elden Rings. I don't like Souls-likes. That would probably be your last stream ever? No. Dude, 30 beers isn't that bad for you. Really, it's like not even that bad. I honestly think if I did a 12-hour stream where I drank like 15 beers and then I slept for 8 hours and did another 12-hour stream where I drank 15 beers, that's probably healthier than a 24-hour stream. Honestly, in terms of like your mental capacity, it's probably better for you. When I did my 24-hour, I have never felt worse in my life than when I did a 24-hour Wiz stream. No, I'm pretty sure I'm right. I've done the research. I've run the numbers. Yeah, it's just so crazy this was my random name. It's just wild. I don't think the Switch is going to have Ice-Sake Magical Cock. Dude, there's ideas I have that, like, I would be so funny, but they'd be so bad for the optics. Like, I think it would be a hilarious bit to make a kick stream and play all the random, like, magical cock games that are for some reason recommended to my Steam. That would be so funny, but it would be so bad. Like, it would be just such a bad look. It would be such a bad... Like, I'm not sure if I want to be known as the guy who played, like, Magical Cock on Kick. But it'd be so funny. How quickly can you finish Arc 1? There will not be any Arc 2 content this stream. I mean, realistically, especially because I'm going to be playing a lot, I can probably get through the first Arc in 5 days. Probably a world per stream. I think is reasonable. If I'm streaming for like 6 hours a day, which I probably will be. It's just like, I think magical, I just also, like, it would be, I don't know. Like, do you think it would be a funny game? Or do you think it would just be weird? I can't imagine it's made very well. So maybe there's some, like, funny jank. Then again, there's an odds that it's just, like, a totally weird thing. I played too much Arc Survival Evolved. I have issues. I've never played Arc. I've never played Arc. I've never played Rust. I'm like, I've kind of dodged all the, like, crazy gun games, I think. I think the most, like, the game that I'm most embarrassed I've sunk, like, a lot of time into is, like, 2K. When I was in, like, middle school, I played a lot of 2K and a lot of Madden. And those games are just so bad. Such a, just burning hours of my youth. Best 2K ever is 2K16. 2K16 is actually a fun game. I go back and occasionally with like my roommates when we're like whatever, we're really bored, we'll bust out the Xbox and play some like 2K16. Or even, dude, even some like the Xbox 360 Maddens are still fun. But like the newer Maddens are genuinely just worse games. They're just worse video games. They're just not fun. Movie Star Planet is a deep hole. That's like that was like a membership game, right? Remember my cousin played that. The game I'll always remember my cousin playing that I was like, this is the stupidest game ever was Bin Weevils. My cousin would always try to get me to play Bin Weevils. And I was like, this is the dumbest. Yeah. Movie Star Planet. Bro, because it's like, if you're gonna play Movie Star, or if you're gonna play Bin Weevils, bro, just play Club Penguin. It's just the superior option. I was never on the Movie Star Planet grind. What's up, Jack Starheart? You've been freed, Jack. Ugh. Oh, I played so much flat. Dude, Fancy Pants. I played the entire Fancy Pants. What was the game? The game that I used to play so much was Stick War. The original Stick War is actually a fire game. I wouldn't be surprised if the person who made the original Stick War Flash game is like a top tier game developer now. That game was so freaking good for a Flash game. It had lore and shit. I remember playing also the other game that was like weirdly had an insane story was the game where it was like Hobo Fighter or something. Hobo Brawl. They put Stick Wars on YouTube Games, actually? No way. Anyone remember Territory War? Territory War was like the game I played with like every time I had a friend over. Like a two-person Flash game. It was kind of like you were stick figures and you'd like fight each other. Also, Zaret, I got confirmation if you sign up for Clash, we'll be teamed for the January event. How do I do that? I would be honored to play Minecraft with you, Jack. I just like, how do I do it? The Discord confused me. I didn't really get the like emoji response thing. It was Duck Life overrated. I'm gonna say it. That might be a controversial take. I think Duck Life gets put in that conversation of like GOAT Flash games, and it doesn't deserve to be there. Duck Life can't hold a freaking candle to Stick Wars, Raft Wars. I mean, those are legendary games. Duck Wars is like a fine game. It's a good. Oh, I'm bored in math class. It's not a game you pull up over like an Xbox 360 game. I might do a RuneScape thing eventually. Maybe one day. I feel like to get to like a good point in RuneScape though, I'd have to be willing to go like all in on it and like really like hunker down and learn the game, and I don't think I'm ready. Ooh, Jetpack Joyride. Mobile games are different though. That's a different world. Duck Life is like an A-tier Flash game. I'll give it that. It's just not one of the GOATs. It's just not a top tier. It can be top 10 all time. It's kind of a fringe top 10 for me. Another one. Potty Racers was fun. But I don't think Potty Racers had the depth or the replayability to be a top tier Flash game. Derek, did you ever dress up as a girl on Club Penguin and go to the plaza? No. Why would I ever do that? No, I never did that. Never, not once. The fact that you would even think that why would you think that I would do that? What about that is that a Flash game? You know what was good too was what's the one where you're like an electric guy and like the people come in and you fight each other? Adventure Time Battle Party? What was the Adventure Time mobile card game? Hard Wars? That was a fire mobile game. What was the best mobile game of all time though? I feel like mobile games have changed so much though. I feel like there's like, we almost gotta separate mobile games into two eras. There's like the Jetpack Joyride Fruit Ninja era, which was like not online games, just like playing a car ride without internet, you know, repetitive games. I probably need to go. Ooh, that's a good question. What secondary school do I train here? The question with that is like, where do you go? Really weird question. I actually have no idea. I don't hate fire. Because Fire Elf, good. It also gives us like better shield coverage. We're gonna need stone. I could go ice. The problem is if I train into fire, it becomes pretty useless at a certain point, right? If I go into ice, I still get the AoE for when I need it. And I get tower out of it, so it's not a waste. I think fire is better for the first arc, but considering this is a second arc run, I think I want to go to tower. I don't hate this play. Myth? Absolutely not. Yeah. Going ice. I might regret this. If I lose the first arc, this was a misplay. But if I get past Malistaire, this is a good... 100%. I should go buy shields. The problem with Myth is, like, it just becomes, once I'm past the first arc, it's like a complete waste. Whereas Ice, I can just, like, transition into getting Tower, so it's like... Is School Weaving gonna have any school... I don't know if School Weaving helps me at all. Unless there's, like, some huge brain thing that I'm, like, completely ignorant to or something. Don't really know how it would help me. I don't think a 2-pip blade is going to be that useful. And there's no other utility that's locked behind it that's, like, really good, right? I don't think it. I decided not to do a Darkmoor World reveal. I was contemplating doing it, and then I edited the first minute of it, and I was kind of just like, I don't really want to do this, so I didn't do it. Is kind of the truth to what happened there, to be fully honest. That style of content I don't really like making anymore. Is respecking against the rules? I think so. Because it costs crowns, right? I would be open to allowing it, though. I don't think that's a crazy thing to allow. Isn't it free, though? I don't know. First one free. I don't hate allowing it. I know I avoided doing it in the WIZLOCKE, because it felt cheap to, you know, like, train shields for specifically for a fight or something. I also try not to use member benefits in these. I feel like those are kind of applies to, like, the if it feels like cheating, it is cheating. Because, like, going and getting, like, set shields for every fight was kind of iffy, in my opinion. I think it might be free before level 50. It's definitely free in the first few levels. I know because of the no mana video. I, like, abused that. Or, like, every fight I can only, or, like, each spell only once, I, like, abused it. I think it might... I think if you're under a certain level, it's always free. I'm almost certain. Because in Wizard101, but I can only use every spell once. I, like, rebought my training points back, like, 1,000 gazillion times. I don't hate the idea of only getting, like, one respec the entire run. I think that could be fair. Even then, like, I don't really hate the idea of training Ice, especially as a death. Oh, that was dumb. Can I fizzle this, actually? Ha, gamer. Ooh, if that was bats, I'd die. But it's not like not having Fire Elf is going to be... It's going to make Croc a little bit harder. But, like, even into Marleybone, I don't think I'd be using that many fire spells. It almost forces me to play slower, too, which isn't the worst thing. If it, like, encourages me to, like, not try to Meteor and spam drains, I think I have a better chance of not throwing to something stupid. Go Snow Serpent, probably. How much base storage does a Switch 2 come with? Kind of a random question. I was thinking about that. My roommate's Switch has like no storage. Did they give it more built-in storage? Ooh, those are kind of good. Weird, actually good drop. What the hell? 2 terabytes? 2 terabytes is a lot. I don't think that could be. 256 gigs is pretty low. Do you think I could still play, is Terraria on the Switch? Is it, like, updated? Or is it, like, console Terraria? Is console Terraria caught up with normal Terraria now? No. How is it still not caught up? Does it have the Moon Lord? Or what am I doing? If you get a Switch, you should do Smash Bros with chat. I don't think I'd want to do that because I would lose, and I don't like losing to you guys. I have no Smash Bros skill. I don't think my ego could take that. Bang. I actually need the shields first. 3 of those. I don't think I'm going to be able to get a precision for this cheap. Probably not. I have gear to sell though, right? Should equip that. Sell this. I'm running so slow. Cool. Throw this on. Already had it on. Okay. I get the precision. I could have bought it too. I didn't even have to sell all that shit. Live and learn. Sonic the Hedgehog. I have that deep fear all the time. You ever, like, especially when I'm buying, like, tech stuff. Like, with headphones, I don't think I'd ever buy, like, headphones or a phone or something unless it was on sale. Because I'd live in constant fear. Unless it's, like, if it's red at release, fine. Because you know it's not going to go on sale for a while. But it's, like, the worst feelings. Like, you ever bought a game and then it instantly goes on sale for, like, 80% off? And you're just like, I suck. I'm the worst ever. I bought Destiny 2 1 week before. Could be worse, right? The name isn't, it was a random name. I did not choose this name. Don't listen, it's just an unfortunate name. It's a very unfortunate name we've got here. Totally random, just very, very, very upsetting that this happened. Be kind of a loser in shield round 1, because I don't want to die. We were not friends. This is not true. This is false. This is falsified information. If you die in Arc 2, do you restart all the way to Wizard City? Yes. At least for now. In the current iteration of the rules, yeah. I'm gonna doing full resets. How did you live? What's their low world? We were not lovers. No, don't say more than lovers. Don't say that. Thank you for not hitting for some reason. Very kind of you. History will say they were roommates. I don't. This isn't a good bit. We should not continue this bit. This is a bad bit. This is bad for optics. This is not a good bit. I don't like the Zareth Jeff. I don't like that fan fiction. I don't think that's a good bit. I did not start the bit. That's not true. False. I did it. It was the random wheel, bro. It wasn't me. It was the King's Isle random being an op. I had nothing to do with it. I'm innocent. What am I dead to? Like most things he does, actually. Hopefully this weekend, the part it will definitely be out by Sunday. I will stay up all night to get it out Sunday. Maybe tomorrow. Tomorrow's a little ambitious. Might be a little too ambitious. Good boots drops for some reason. High tier boot drops. Shame on you for playing Death Fracto. I'm just saying it's like probably with how strict and hard this rule set is, it's probably the only thing that's like gonna be able to pull it off. No, I didn't do an attempt on... I ran a poll. And the idea was to restart. I think I could get through a lot of Celestia on a fire. Maybe.
Level 50 fire, though, would have been tough. And it's like... No. I probably don't have the chance to go long term. It's also like, I can do stuff where, like, while I have to beat the Arc 1 rule set with, this wizard. And, like, I can't cheat and use, like, pets and shit. I can, like, train pets while I'm leveling, as long as I don't use them. That's gonna be like really, it's gonna be useful to like get the free energy and shit. Gonna be helpful. Because I can use them once I beat Malistaire. For the second arc, I can use pets. But like, I can spend my time in the first arc training pets, and then have them ready for the second arc. What's up, Robert? Anyone watching the Hockey World Junior? I can't say I am. I wish I knew more about hockey, actually, though. I know nothing about hockey. Bang, bang. Yeah, and this guy's also death, right? This is not a good world to be a death wizard. I'll still, for Arc 2, I'll still have a level cap. It'll be like 50 for Celestia, 60 for Zafaria. I'll still have, whatever it's called. Still, like, 1 life, die equals deletes, die equals resets. This is my first ever attempt trying to go over the second arc. Are you trying to get to Arc 2 this? Yeah. My goal with this run is to kill Morgant. But I have to beat the first arc with the original WIZLOCKE rule set if I want to play a Death Wizard into the second arc. And I think a Death Wizard's like the only one who has a shot to do it. So we're kind of just playing through till we get to the second arc. I will make for the next stream, I'll make them in the description. I'll add all the updated rules. I'm gonna do this preemptively, actually. I think this is Jover, right? I probably shouldn't be able to lose this. You're gonna have to fully rerun Arc 1 if you die in Arc 2. That's my idea so far. I think maybe if I like get to the point where I'm like walled at like something in Chrysalis or something, you know, maybe then we go for like a checkpoint that's more reasonable. But at least till I get through like a run through Zafaria, I feel like a second arc checkpoint would be too forgiving. What's up, Jivy? I appreciate you. Shut up, bro. This, and oh no, that actually doesn't. I'm just gonna heal here. There's one thing I've learned from my time doing Wizlocks. It's like when you get impatient like that and you try to like squeeze out damage, that's usually when shit goes wrong. What's up, Lily? Appreciate you. Shout out. How would you do a checkpoint? World potions. The world skip elixirs. Just wait to snake, it's fine. I have so much more health. I cannot get over the fact that I have 640 health fighting mid-shade. Like, 150 more than I'd have on a storm. Arc 3, that's the other thing is like, I think... Oh, he just ghouled me. That sucks. I just got gooned on. I will probably not get very far tonight. I'm gonna be live for a while tomorrow. Is the plan. Tomorrow's Saturday too, so I'll probably do like a more friendly stream time for everyone. I think if through the first couple days we can stay at the pace of like a world per stream. We're getting through Azteca today. I don't know about all that. Dude, like, is Imperia that hard anymore, though? Polaris the Rat, I don't know. I mean, I think Mirage is pretty tough. Right? I don't know. I like all that stuff has been. When I did my speedrun, I was kind of surprised how nerfed everything was. I was kind of like really like Storm Titan is Storm Titan was always the one fight I was like, you'll never solo that. There's no way. But then it's like new Storm Titan is like easy. He's free. He's probably one of the easier fights in Imperia. No, I chose Death because Death is the best for soloing. So I want to get a Death to the second arc. Second arc's going to be a lot harder, and I don't think a Storm or a Fire is going to have a ton of success in this rule. Yeah, like, Hall of Heroes is like... I mean, Hall of Heroes is so late. I think... 4th arc, it's just like, eventually something gets you, I think. But maybe not. I don't know. I think once you get past, like, even maybe into Chrysalis, you have to, like, start allowing some shenanigans. I don't know. We'll see. I don't think I ever had a speedrun timer up in the Wizlock. Do not believe that's ever been a thing. We have to keep this shark on standby. You know what I'm actually gonna do to be smart? To use my brain powers? I'm gonna go buy an enchant. How is there no one at the bazaar? Gotta be very intelligent. Can I snipe one of these, maybe? Ooh, let's go. We'll go with one less shield. Just so I can pay Swift Snow Serpents better. I don't think if I think swapping out an enchant for a shield's pretty smart. Hall of Heroes is super free low, but every fight that has a challenge mode is free for the most part. Besides some of the Wallaroo fights are crazy. That's so far down the road. It's like you can get so overpowered in Wallaroo if you know what you're doing. All right, let's put something hype on, huh? Let's put something hype on. Give me the theme of Give me Nightshade's theme, bro. This is iconic. All right. I've done this fight so many times at this point that it's ingrained in my memory almost. We want to pull a precision here. Precision Fire Shark combo into Nightshade. Dunk on him. Yes, please. Okay, great fizzle for us. Need to pull this shark. We're definitely not going to ghoul mid-shade. Just wouldn't make sense. Definitely not going to death trap him. Okay. Wombo combo. Wombo combo! There, would you be immortal, but if you always have a snail crawling towards you that if touches you, you die and it's unstoppable? I don't know. Probably. I think immortal, like, what am I immortal? Am I invulnerable? I don't think I'd do it for immortality. I don't think I want to live, but if I was invulnerable, I'd do it. I guess I could also probably just, like, choose when I want to die, right? Dang. Yeah, I actually think the strategy for this fight might be to just go get like a really high damage TC. If you really wanted to min-max it with everything we know now. Nah. I probably should have just bought a Kraken TC. A Kraken TC would have been cheaper than a Monstrous, and it would have been probably more of them in the Bazaar. We're just going to double Snake. We might have to heal here. If he elfs, we have to. But if he does anything but elfs, we kind of just win. This could be a new world record Wizard City speedrun because it doesn't use the general Achilles skip. Has no one run the new category yet? I think that forces me to heal. Yeah, it does. Whatever. Way to extend the round, Buck. Or fight a couple rounds, Nightshade. There are runs from before Achilles skip was discovered. Alright, do anything but ghoul me, please. Anything but ghoul me, and it's over. Sick. Just need to not fizzle. And then even if I fizzle, it doesn't matter. It's just this fight's going to take, like, another 3 rounds. Come on, big money. Probably shouldn't have discarded all that. But it's fine. I didn't fizzle. Bang! My actual time was faster, though. If you think about it logistically. Brandon's... Oh, I thought it was Brandon's dagger. Because I spent a while giving the presentation. Alright, that was pretty light. I mean, we are on a death. So, like, even Crocotopia, like, we can't fall asleep at the wheel. Can't fall asleep at the wheel, but it should be pretty chill.
It'll be decently chill. I'm not going to do Croc tonight because I started stream so late. Already 1 p.m. on the East Coast. I'm also going to do the crafting and stuff off stream. Because there's so much. It's pretty boring to do on stream. But I will play through all of Croc tomorrow. I will set aside a good... Well, I'll be live for like 5 hours tomorrow. Just to grind Croc. I'm going to go edit the pirate video, honestly. I'll probably up for like another 3 or 4 hours. Another 6 or 7 hours. I'm glad I got multi-streaming working, though, for once. That was pretty cool. Oh, I have to do this, too. Alright. Do I want to defeat the field guards on stream? Why not? You know what? Why not? Let me hide this before Brandon shows up. Ruins my day. Yeah, I think it would be just kind of cheap, I think, if I was like, oh, I'm just going to buy an Arc 2 potion despite never having beat the WIZLOCKE on a death, you know? How did over 40% of the viewers on Twitch, the points went to me dying to Nightshade? Have you no faith in me? That's just, even my first 20 runs when I was absolutely dog shit at this challenge and I died, like, I still cleared Wizard City with like a 80% success rate. That in the game? Yo, Aiden Barr with the gifted sub. Appreciate you, Aiden. Aiden Burr. Shout out, bro. Gotta juice them. I should have snaked here. If I would have had a chance to not waste the low cast, whatever. Yeah, but even then, like, Enchanted Ghoul is really good. I don't think Death is, like, the fin. I think Life is... I don't know if Death is the best Croc school. I think you have an argument for Life. I think Life is the best Croc and Wizard City school, honestly. You have so much health, and Minor Blessing is so overpowered. Minor Blessing is ridiculous. Minor Blessing is ridiculous. Yeah, I mean, Vampire's just so good. I think now, too, with, like, how much the triple fight strategy has evolved with like vampire strats and everything, death is gonna be scary. Is the new Empower update in Live Realm? I feel like the new Empower update also just kind of makes death even freaking scarier. Yeah, I mean, I like the triple fights with the new Empower is like so good. Bro, you can Crow. If you get one Power Pip, can't I just Empower into Crow? That is so... I could Blade Empower Crow with, like... Even if I don't get good Power Pip left, I could Fortify Blade Empower Crow. Isn't that absurd? That is like... what? That's what I'm saying, too. Like, Malastare, you max Prism... You Blade, you Empower, and you are back up to full health in a 1v1 with Malastare. Empower is not available for Arc 1 WIZLOCKE because it's a level 38 spell, but the TC is chill. I mean, I'll have to buy the TC version. The hardest part's going to be farming the gold. The new Empower on a death is the hardest part for that's going to be farming the 2k gold to buy the Empowers. Like, what? Let me look at this. Are they might not even be in. They might be like rare in the bazaar now. Although, did they nerf their like sell price and stuff? Weren't they talking about doing that? No. Oh yeah. So busted. It's so broken. All right, that's a really good spell. That makes our life a little bit easier, dare I say. So good for so good at any level. I mean, that's a good card at max. That's a crazy, like, Empower's crazy. There's no more fights. We can unlevel. Like, what? Dude, I'm actually kind of glad I beat the WIZLOCKE and the Storm WIZLOCKE before that came out. I feel like that's like a card that's so good it could like delegitimize a normal WIZLOCKE run. Empower, it gives 3 pips and it costs nothing. So you end up it gives you 1 more pip, right? Instead of gaining 2 pips in that round, you gain 3. Because it used to cost 1 pip and give 3. That's way too strong. Welcome to King's Isle balancing. They just do what they want and hope everything works out. Welcome to how King's Isle balances their game. The meta in this game is held together by hopes and dreams. And not strong hopes and dreams. Sad hopes and dreams. Nightmares and I don't know. Death was not like, yeah, I don't know. I could not tell you why they decided to buff Empower. I don't know why. It doesn't make any sense. I will agree with that. I could not tell you. Dude, we are gonna be really strong. I guess I'm gonna go do the crafted stuff anyway. We might be pushing like 1k health into Croc, which is good. Nightmares and delusions. Better way to say it. Alright, I will do all the crafting. I level locked, right? Okay. I'll do all the crafting stuff off screen. And then tomorrow, what time am I gonna be live? Maybe like 3, so 6 EST. I think 6 EST could be a good time. Maybe a little bit earlier. I'll be live. And we can, we'll get through this. Alright. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. I'm gonna actually freaking play the outro song, because I stopped doing that. And I wanna start actually playing the outro song. Alright. My general advice, as always, would be to not do anything I wouldn't do. Or don't do anything I wouldn't do.